Hello super duper friends, today is day 22. Super excited to be here. Today you're going to learn the secrets of the transition and the close and how that's going to help you make more sales. Before we jump into that, I want to take a little bit of a recap and talk about what we learned in the previous videos. In the previous videos we learned how to ask the right to ask questions and then asking the questions. And so we started off with a problem that who you're talking to, your student, your client, or your prospect has, and then help them reveal that problem. Now, I want to talk about the psychological state that they're currently in. When you've already asked them the right to ask questions and then asked them the questions, the psychological state is that finally somebody understands me. What I call understanding. And active listening. When you're actively listening to who you're talking to on the phone and you're talking to them in their language, they feel that they are understood. Now what happens is, the problem is that we've been trained to have limiting buying beliefs. Oh, we can't afford this. Oh, this is not going to work. Oh, we've had all these blocks trained in us. So that's where the problem is. And the questions that you've set up before the transition and the close is that you've actually helped them reveal their problems. Because here's the thing. The thing is that if they knew their problems, they would be able to solve them. But because they actually themselves didn't know their problems, and now you've helped them reveal their problems, now they're in the psychological state of, yes, I'm ready and I'm willing to buy. Now that you've gone through that and they're already in that psychological state, and the benefit to you is that the transition and the close happens so naturally and smoothly, and you feel that you're understood and that they understand you, and once they see that what you're offering, they're just going to be ready to buy. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. The problem is that there's something called what I call resistance. At the very end of your call, they're still going to be a little bit resistant to you because of those limiting buying beliefs that we talked about. At the very end, when they're about to just give you their information, you're going to get them to say yes. That's when they have the most resistance, and that's okay. That's okay, because you've gone through the process. You've opened. You've asked the right to ask questions, and you've gone through the problem model. They've revealed your problems, you've gone through transition, and we're about to see how do you transition and the benefit from transitioning from the problems when they're in the psychological state of yes to the close. And here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you this, and this is very, very important. If you feel and you see that the person that you're talking to, that you're communicating and you're actively listening, you're hearing the tonality that they're talking about. We're going to talk about tonalities and that this is not for them. You're offering a product or a service, and you know that the person on the other line is not the right candidate for this. Do not make the close. If you do not talk, if you're trying to, if your product is tailored to 18 to 35-year-olds and you're talking to a 65-year-old woman who's on welfare and can't afford your product, don't make the close. Just tell her, hey, I have a competitor, or send her to one of your competitors. They'll be very, very thankful for you, and they're actually going to refer you more. This is very important. Don't push people who are not closable. Close people who are closable. Don't push people who are not. This is very, very important. Just wanted to throw that out there. So now we're in the psychological state of yes. They're in the yes, I'm ready to buy, and now you've gone through the transition. You've asked them the right to ask questions. You've gone through the questions. They've revealed their problems. You've talked to them. You've had a conversation. You've opened them. They're in the psychological state. The benefit, you've understood their problems. You feel what they're saying. You hear what they're saying, and you understand them. Now you go through the transition. Now here's how it works. Every call after you've gone through the problems is you're going to say something like this. You're going to say exactly this. Here's how it works. I say, based on everything you told me, the next step is. Now, you're going to fill in the blanks after the next step, whether it's a $97 call that you're going to want to be, and you want to get little commitments along the way. So it could be a $97 call. It could be an in-person meeting. It could be a $997 product. Depending on where they are in the stage, and we're going to talk about different stages, is based on everything you told me, the next step is then you tell them the next step. And then after that, in our next video, I'm going to show you exactly how to lower your voice while you're asking for their information. So that at that resistance, what I call resistance, you're gonna lower your voice, you're gonna be empathetic, you're gonna be compassionate, because you understand the problem is that we've been trained, like I mentioned a little bit before, is that we've been trained to have this resistance at the very end. And the psychological state is to be a little hesitant. So when that happens, you're going to lower your voice, you're going to be empathetic, compassionate, and you're going to ask them real close. And they're going to want to give you their information if done correctly. So it's been day 22. Super excited for day 23. Take care and have a great day.